Virgo, the person on your mind this week, how do they feel? What are their intentions? What are their actions? This will not resonate with everyone. Take what does, leave the rest. Switch the roles if you have to, if the shoe doesn't fit, if it's too confusing. It's just not your reading. So, Virgo, their feelings. Nine of Wands, Six of Swords. This person is moving on. They're trying to leave this behind if they haven't already. They're very cautious, they're very guarded, they're very tired. I feel like they're drained out from this connection. It feels like they have their walls up and it's to the point that, you know what, enough is enough. They're moving on, they're leaving. There could be distance here, Six of Swords, there could be like oceans apart. What are their intentions towards you, Virgo? What are their intentions towards you? The Seven of Pentacles. Why the Seven of Pentacles? The Devil and the Sun. Honestly, Virgo, I feel like this person, their feelings are to leave this, to, they're done, it's over, I'm moving on. But I don't feel like they're fully done. I feel like they're working on themselves, their finances, whatever it is that they do for a living, very money focused, trying to. They do feel like they put a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy into this, and they still want to see something come out of it. But I feel like there's something within them that they need to work on in order to come back a happier and a better version of themselves. Let me get, what are the actual actions? We have the Justice, making something right, making something fair. Maybe, this could just kind of feeling like an internal thing going on with this person. Let's get King of Pentacles. This person wants to be more financially stable. They want to be able to come in and be able to not just provide themselves, but to be able to provide you some stability. This doesn't always have to do with money, but there seems to be something going on in this person's life that they may not feel good enough. They are, the Nine of Wands represents someone who could be injured, someone who may have some type of wound, someone that may need to do some healing. And I see them moving on or trying to get away from this, but I do feel like their actions towards you are to come back in a more balanced, fair way, with that Justice card. Knight of Swords. I won't even say, I'm getting they're gonna rush back in. I don't even know if you see this coming, Virgo. Especially if there is a separation happening here. For some of you, if you are in a connection with this person and they haven't moved on and you are kind of together and there is no distance, I do see them taking a little bit of space. Maybe they're going on some type of trip, some type of business trip. I do see a lot of pentacles, so there's a lot of things going on in that aspect. Let me get, what is the conflict in this connection? The Hangman. It feels like it's stuck. It feels like it's not moving forward. It feels like nothing's happening. No one's taking action. Someone may even be left on red here. I don't know why I'm hearing something about Reddit, the website where you like go and ask questions. Someone may go on those websites, ask a lot of things there, or they may have been recently active on that. That's not for everyone. That's very specific. Tell me about the Hangman. Why is this the conflict? What's going on here? We have the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Five of Wands. A lot of conflict, a lot of arguing. It feels like the moment you guys start either growing or moving past maybe some tension or some conflict, it comes back again. Someone does the same thing, the same behaviors, the way they talk, the way they act. There's something that someone, I feel like they do a lot or they don't change. And whatever this is, it feels like it causes a lot of disagreement. It causes a lot of arguing. It feels like all of a sudden, we start with this Page of Pentacles. We're growing. We're going a good direction. We're getting somewhere here, and then bam, someone is moody. Someone is up and down. Someone does the same shit that they've been doing. You can't depend on them. You can't trust them. Maybe they're acting sneaky. Maybe they're accusing you of something. The Seven of Swords, it's lying, cheating. It's not having someone's best intentions. It also talks about not being able to trust a situation. I can't really pinpoint and be like, this is exactly what's happening, or it's because of this. I'm getting a more general energy that something keeps happening here, and everything, it turns into chaos. It's like you can't resolve these issues that keep happening, and that's why it ends up being stuck, because either um both or one of you is not changing, like I said before, certain behavior, certain things, that is causing a negative impact in this connection. Let me get, what is the outcome this week? What is the outcome this week between Virgo and their person? We have the Temperance. So I'm kind of getting a vibe, just letting things be, not really forcing things. If you do have any contact, it's going to be very civil. I see someone messaging the other, maybe asking a question. If they're not straight up asking, it feels like someone is curious, someone has questions, someone may be doing a little bit of stalking here. I'm getting strongly someone is still watching the other. Definitely, there's a distance, wishy-washy. I don't like, it almost feels like someone's not ready to come in yet, but they're definitely, they're definitely thinking about it, but they're not actually doing it. They're still curious. They're just it just feels like right now it's just better to have a bit of space, just to cool down, because I feel like it could have been a bit crazy, and I feel like now the waters need to cool down a little bit. Let me get a, what's the tea between Virgo and this person? All right, let's get an offer. Someone could be wanting to make a certain offer. Maybe they're asking the other person, let's go get coffee, let's get dinner, let's talk about these issues. I'm seeing a sincere offer being made, something, let's have this talk. I don't know if this is happening now, but I do feel like this is happening in the near future. Happiness hater. This could be a third party situation. Someone here may be overly negative. They may be jealous. They may be envious. Um, and maybe they're raining on somebody's parade here. Just like a negative vibe. And we have fake flexing, acts rich, flosses money, acts fancy, shows off, etc. Someone may be, um, they may not be 100% authentic. They may not really tell the other about what they're actually going through. They may just play it down. They don't really talk about what's really going on, their finances or issues, which is okay. You don't have to, especially if you're not in a full on commitment. But it feels like they're not being truthful to themselves, to the other person. I'm also getting somebody here may not want to let the other person down. So instead of straight up telling them, "Look, I can't do this. I can't afford this." They go about it a different way, but in a way that either confuses the other person, or it's not clear to the other person that this person may actually be struggling. Like they don't really want them to know about their issues. Let me get same shit different day. Someone here, I feel like they're just bored in this connection. It feels like it's the same thing keeps happening. It's like on repeat. And they're pretty much like getting over it. No, I don't know if they're getting over it, but they're just tired. Interesting. We have wasting time, stuck, no changes, limited. Yeah, like nothing is happening. It's the same shit every other, same shit, different day, nothing's happening. Let me get, what's the hidden truth? What would your person, feel like this one wanted to show, I'm becoming a better person. Yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling. This person is distancing themselves, or there could be a certain distance because they just want to become better. They want to be more balanced. I wonder if you're happy without me. Let's get another message from them. Jealousy. I'm very jealous and I can barely stand it. Yeah, I definitely feel this could be one of those things that keep coming up. Maybe someone's very controlling, they want to dominate the other person. They may have these outbursts and nothing, and that is a problem. That is why someone here, I do feel like Virgo, it could be your person. They're just like they need their space. They need to like I'm getting you both may have, your issues, but someone here is just kind of could be kind of crazy. That's what I'm getting with that. Let me get confirmation. This is very specific. This is not for everyone. Just how would you know it's them? We have Black or African American. Someone here may be very, whatever ethnicity you are, something about wearing a lot of jewelry or things on your head, headbands, or just like like this person would, someone here walks in a room and they're very, people notice them because of what they're wearing, because of the colors, very vibrant. All right, I'm getting brunette. Someone here may have like, I don't know if it's in their face, but they may have like like a pigmentation, a color on something in their face is a very different color from, I forget what it's called, like just a facial, like a pigmentation where they have like spots, or like a specific spot that's very different from the rest of the face color. Or this could be in general, wavy hair, mixed colored eyes. All right, and I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a great week.